Hey there, we're back. It's another episode of Sounds Like Adventure. Hey, it's me, Jack. How you going? It is part 3 of our special short campaign, DM'd by Jacob. It is the Grand Library of Grish. So let's dive straight into it this week. In the last episode, you heard us continue to fumble around the library looking for the disturbance. We found a mysterious compass, and we finally found our way to the head of the library. So when we pick things up today, we've just made an incredible entrance, and the head librarian is about to speak to us. And one last thing before we dive into it. In this episode, we're joined by another player. That's right, Kes was able to join us again, and this episode, her character will make a dramatic appearance. All right, well, let's get into it.
Hector, you slam those double doors open and you see a wizened old elf look up from a book that he's scrolling in. And I think, as I said last time, you see some longer grey hair, which is pretty rare on an elf to see the marks of age. So you know that he's quite old. There is a sort of misarray of books all around the room, scattered stacks and bookshelves with gaps in it and things like that. And he looks up and says, "Welcome to the Grand Library of Grish. I'm sorry that it has taken me so long to meet your audience."
So I think at this point, that's when we do our big entrance where Hector's like, "I'm Hector." I'm like, "I'm Vector." He's themed to the right. And we're like, "And we're the Lords of the Dance." So we do all that. And then what does he say?
I think he looks at it all. So give me a performance. Why not? Let's kick it off. All three of you can give me a performance and we'll average it out. We'll average it out. I'm gonna, yeah.
Can't we just take Hector's roll?
23.
Beautiful.
13.
13.
Where is the...
Hold on. Can I...
What's the skills on these new sheets?
Well, let me give Jack something.
Performance, here we go.
And a 1.
That's that what? Oh no, it's a 2 because I got a minus.
I got minus 1 to performance. Okay.
Lovely.
So what's the average of those?
23, 13, 36, 37, divided by 3, so 13. Give or take. So I would say he looks up. You see him sort of have this like long suffering sigh as he sort of looks up. He goes, "Yes," and gives you like a little clap as if, "Yeah, cool, great." Have any of you been to Grish before? No. Okay.
Never.
Grish is become a sanctuary of knowledge and magic. I wish our meeting were under less troubling circumstances, but here we are. I wish I could give you a grander tour. But there have been some issues with the library and some disturbances down in the restricted section. I fear there's a threat to the library and the things of it within.
So we definitely shouldn't go into the restricted section.
I mean, that is exactly what I want of you. I wish you to figure out what is going on down there. Things have changed recently. I'm sure you may have noticed them as well. Some of the books rearranging themselves, some whispers in some of the hallways, and some of the most troubling is a change in the demeanor of some of my staff.
Everybody walks the same.
Ah.
So ugly.
So you have noticed it too.
Yes. Can you stand up and walk as well? I want to have a look.
Is this necessary?
Yes.
Of course.
It's
Vital.
hard to identify the threat.
Give me a persuasion check. I don't think he really sees a need for this, but yeah, give it to me.
I love this persuasion. What do we got? 22.
Archibald gets up and he sort of flourishes his coat back and steps out from behind the desk and takes just a jaunty little strut around his desk and then sits back down and he looks at you all and adequate.
Vector whispers to Hector and he's like, "Mr. Grande, we didn't have anything to compare it against. I don't know if that was super useful."
I could do a walk, just a regular walk, and we compare that walk to the other walk. And
All right, boss man, can you hop up and just walk
One
at
more
the same
time,
time
one more
as my
time around
friend
the
over here?
block.
One more time, please. Archie, for me.
I can assure you that I have noticed the walking as well.
They noticed it when we pointed it out. Is the only thing
Exactly.
here. So look, if you got nothing to be guilty of, then you just take a walk. What's wrong? What's wrong here?
Take a walk with a new friend.
Look, and if you're fine, then you know you can trust us because we didn't even trust you fully. And if you did it, then we caught you, hey?
He says, he just looks up and you can see that sort of long-suffering sigh come back and he says, fine. He gets up and sort of walks around the desk, but this time doesn't sit back down at his desk. He sort of stops at the window and stares out at it after he's walked around the desk. So if you need to make your perception checks or whatever it is, you're more than welcome to.
Okay, so it's Thimblebright's walking at the same time to try and match pace with him. Is that what's happening?
I gotta take double steps though because he's a bigger person. I'm a small gnome, so I'm kind of joking to keep up.
Okay, so perception from Hector and
Got an 11.
29.
So yeah, Hector, you don't notice nothing. Jack, you notice that Archibald is not walking like everyone was down in the library. But I would say you do notice a familiarity with Thimblebright's steps. Probably just like a walking alongside, you know, I mean, what he's seen before. He's trying to replicate what's seen down there. He's doing a pretty good job of it. So as in, like, this is a good replication of what's downstairs and stuff. So if
Okay.
Yeah.
So I view it as a good replication. I'm not like Thimblebright is being infected.
No,
by
I think
this strange
you just
walking
I
disease.
think you just think that Thimblebright's done a very good job for Archibald to try and walk into step 4, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good stuff. I'm like, well, yep, right, boss man. Everything checks out. You could trust us. We could trust you. So tell us what you know. What's the 411?
I think so he stopped staring out sort of one of the windows at the back of the office and says, there is a part of this library that even I tread lightly around. The forbidden archives through the restricted section. They are ancient, older than the structure itself, and tied to the very core of the library's magic. I fear whatever is happening may stem from there. I
Right.
have noticed that some of my students and my scholars have gone missing in there recently.
How
So
many?
Sorry, Mr. Grande.
How many have gone missing?
It only came to my attention after 5 or 6, but I believe 5 or 6 more have gone.
If I may put my investigation cap on for a second, you've had 5 or 6 students go missing in this restricted section, and you've been too scared to go in there yourself, and you want to send 3 strangers that you're not that comfortable with going into this restricted section to fix your own problem.
He turns back around from the window and walks to his desk and picks up a sheet of paper and says, well, the lords of the dance come with recommendations. You have quite the accomplishments behind you. And
It's true.
you see on the piece of paper, there's just sort of like a list of jobs you've completed thus far.
You read out a couple of those accomplishments for us.
Well, I mean, you avoided the Tarask invasion of Brask.
Oh, yeah. That was a good one.
Uh,
Yeah.
Anthony, you dance from that one.
Yeah.
Tarask Stomp. Yes.
Mr. Grande, that was a good one. What else is on the list?
So good.
there is the burning of the Trient forest. A bit not well loved, that one, but
Yeah, that one got a little out of hand. And, Thimblebright's not all that into fire either. So it's kind of freaked him out a little bit. So
It did. It really did.
Hector had to do a hell of a dance to calm us down after that one. We were messed up for days.
Yeah. You haven't mentioned the place that we just came from.
And what would that be? Sorry, but
I'm sure it's
on the
on your
list
lip.
there.
It's a list. It'll be in front
my
of you.
records are not
It's
that
on
up
the
to
list.
date.
Oh.
You must enlighten me. I would
Oh,
love to
Night
know.
Walker seduction.
No, we wouldn't want to spoil it for you when the new flyer comes out, so we'll just let you find out next time.
Little bit of a hint. I had to seduce a nice walker. Yes.
A night walker.
And I had to disguise myself as a night walker.
Ah, I see.
Just like-
That I would love to know the logistics of that, given that you're 3 feet tall and the night walkers are almost 10 feet.
Have to wait for the bard songs, I suppose.
Yes, I'm sure I would. Look, here is the key to the restricted section. I would like you to go investigate and try and make your way to the core. I believe that someone or something is trying to take something from it, and the library's defenses are up and protecting itself. As I mentioned before, even I do not tread lightly in those depths. You must be cautious. The library is alive in ways we don't really understand. And it does not always welcome intrusions, even from those who mean well.
Perhaps just to be sure that you don't become infected by this potential issue, we should take some kind of possession of yours, and then if we see you later, we can ask what possession it is. Just some kind of magical artifact of sorts, just to...
Just standard practice.
Take this sending stone. That way you can speak to me at whatever time you wish, provided that the magic of the library does not interfere.
Can we add someone else to this stone as well?
And who might you
Yeah,
add?
like a three-way call of sorts. If
Zedrin.
Zedrin. Oh,
Yes.
he's on the front door.
Yes.
Yes.
If you wish.
Thank you. We will need his help.
Seems like a good boy.
I don't even know what voice I did for Zedrin, but anyway, here we go.
I get a good feeling about him.
Okay. The key is
Just to bring balance to the library.
the key is yours. And I would say that he walks out to Thimblebright, given he's been was vocal about the magical artifact, and he'll hand him the key and he'll hand him the sending stone. And says the golems will point your way.
Cool. All right. Anything else, Mr. Grande? Anything else we need to wrap up with Boss Man over here?
One last thing, Archie. Tip,
Archibald.
please. A tip, please.
My
To
tip
dance.
is to be wary.
No, it's a monetary term that we use. So it's typically 1 silver for it goes as high as 3 gold. But
31 on persuasion. I just want to see if he does the same thing.
I very much regret setting the level 10 on this. I will say that. You know what? I'm going to give him a roll, even though he pretty much needs to roll a nat 20 to... he rolled a 2. So he sort of pats his pockets. You could probably tell that he doesn't really carry money, being who he is, and shuffles through a couple of drawers in his desk and says, "Will this do?" and hands out an item to you, a scroll.
What's the scroll? What do we got? This will do nicely, thank you.
And you have a scroll of fireball.
Oh, in a library.
Sort of rocket launcher.
He will, yes, and I think that he does give this to you. I confiscated this off one of the scholars. As you can imagine, fire magic is quite prohibited in the library.
The only fire you will see is my dancing.
I would love to see it again when you return.
Okay.
Okay.
It's a 29 on performance.
Oh my god!
You wanted to dance.
You,
Here's the
you,
dance.
you see a much more enthusiastic clap along than when you first walked in, and you see a much more enthusiastic clap from when you walked in, as he seems to genuinely enjoy the dance, and then send you all on your way. So I imagine that out you go, back down the stairs, and differently than when you walked up the stairs, there is now a golem at the bottom of the stairs pointing in a direction. And a little bit down the hall, you see another golem pointing in a direction.
As typical courtesy, we don't want Hector to damage their feet, so I'm going to cast Find Steed, and if it's okay, Jacob, as a gnome, I want my steed to be an incredibly masculine and muscular mastiff that Hector is too big to be on top of, but it can support his body weight, and that mastiff's name is Bimblethright.
I mean, yeah, why not?
Awesome,
Cool, we got a
fantastic.
dog.
I'll mount my steed and get Hector to climb aboard as we trot down the stairs.
Thank you, Thimblebright.
You guys make your way up to the Forbidden Library door. Very similar doorways to everything else, as is most things in the library. You notice a very similar theme throughout. And a nice keyhole that is centered. This is not a double doors. This is a single door with a big keyhole right in the middle, which obviously you've just been given the key for. So putting the key in and turning the key.
Is this the restricted section?
Yes.
I don't think it's such a good idea.
What are we thinking, guys? That guy, he pled the case that we should go to the restricted section. What do you think, Thimble,
I'm not getting a good vibe from him, if I'm being honest with you. I think
he did the walk pretty well. Well, you did the walk.
I did the walk exceptionally
Yeah,
well.
you did the walk amazing. I was
It was
blown
beautiful, my
away
friend.
by
It
how
was
well
beautiful.
you were walking.
I can't remember if we were trying to get him to replicate the walk, because if so, he didn't do a very good job.
No, he didn't. He didn't. He walked like normal, like different type.
Look, I don't have much sway. Hector, you are the decision maker in the front and the face and the feet and all of the above. I'm just, word of warning, I don't like this restricted section, and I'm advocating not to go in, but of course.
What do you think, Mr. Grande? We go in?
I'll grab the sending stone.
Mm-hmm.
And I go, Zedrin, my friend, are you there? Zedrin.
You hear your voice echo from down the hallway about 500 meters or so, and you see Zedrin sort of just look up and be like, really?
Yes, we are at the restricted section door.
I can
Should we go in?
I can see that. That is kind of the goal that that you were brought here for.
Yes. This is the correct door, yes? I don't trust the golems. We only trust you with directions.
The golems are more trustworthy than me, I can assure you.
No, I don't think so.
Complete the job, Mr. Grande. That is
Okay,
what
thank
you are
you.
hired for.
I owe you one dance when we get back.
So, putting the key in the door, you turn the key, and a slit comes down the door, and the door opens. As the door opens, you walk into a bit of a massacre. You walk into a room with scattered bodies, scattered books, scattered pages. There is quite a number of bodies with the scholars' robes on them. There is also a scattering of about 3 or 4 adventurers, from what you can tell, equipped with armor, equipped with weapons. There is blood across pages. There is blood across books. There is blood across the room. Give me some perception checks.
Oh, this reminds me of the last time I was in a library, guys. It's a 26 from
Wrong.
Vector.
Wrong button.
Perception is a 21.
18.
Lovely. You would all see that there are some scratch marks around the room. There's obviously the sign of a significant battle going on here. There are scorch marks on the roof. There is quite a number of burnt bookshelves. And ultimately, you notice that one of these adventurers is still breathing. Kess.
Let's close the door.
Kess, you can give us a bit of a description now, I think.
Okay, great, great. Okay. So lying on the ground,
Unconscious. Yes.
unconscious, yeah. You see, like a decently tall drow woman. She's got like a big head of hair and a big ponytail. It's like a kind of a whitish purplish color, and she's lying in a pool of blood. Yeah, and she has piercings because she's cool.
Oh, check out her cool piercings. I think she's still alive.
She's alive.
I could heal her, I suppose, but should we take the piercings before I resuscitate her?
No, I think that might be a bit too far. I think that would be uncool of us to take away her cool piercings. But yeah, let's heal her up. Let's see if she's all right.
Do a little cure wounds.
Give me a medicine check before you cast that.
Well, I did it.
That's all right. That's fine. That's fine.
Medicine. Oh, I'm not very good at medicine. 17.
Yeah, okay. So that's enough to know that she doesn't seem to need any healing, but she's unconscious. So realistically, more just needs to be woken up.
She's having a really good sleep.
Just having a nap.
Just nap.
I think I do that. Yeah, just one little.
Give her a nice little
Okay.
a little slap.
Just slap the arm, see if there's any response or
The
if it's
arm.
any kind of.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Does she
Right.
wake? Is it?
DM.
Yeah, no,
Okay,
I
great.
This is up to you
Great.
now. You have
Yeah.
full control.
Okay, I have
of,
control. I'm the DM now. Right. Okay, so you slap my arm. Okay, great. So the drow, she sits up, and she firstly she shoves you back, and she's like looking around at the room, and she looks down, and sees all of the gore around her, and she says, "Who are you? Are you infested?" And she's gonna run up to you, Arlo, and you're wearing a mask, right?
Mm-hmm.
Great. Okay. She's gonna start like trying to grab at your face.
Oh, I don't like that. I'm gonna sick my mastiff on you. I'll just grab the dog in between, I guess.
Chill. No.
Infested with what?
Okay, I want to try. So the dog's between us now.
Yes.
Right. Who is the other closest person to me?
I would say that you see them all standing sort of three in a line almost. Hector, Vector, and Thimblebright. So you see a gnome and a Hector, who is a human, I believe, sitting atop quite a large mastiff, as I believe is what's going on.
Wait, so
I would have got off the mastiff to go.
Okay, fair enough. Yep.
Slap.
So you see Hector on a large mastiff, Thimblebright in front, a small gnome, and Vector, a fellow drow, standing off to the side as well.
Okay, great. I cast Zone of Truth.
Okay.
If I may.
Now, the way Zone of Truth works is that no, the person casting it does not know if you save or not, is the vibe. So you are all welcome.
Can we read the text of Zone of Truth out for the podcast version of this?
You create a magical zone that guards against deception in a 15-foot radius sphere centered on a point of your choice within range. Until the spell ends, a creature that enters the spell's area for the first time on a turn or starts its turn there must make a charisma saving throw. On a failed save, a creature can't speak a deliberate lie while in the radius. But We don't necessarily tell you if we've succeeded or not. We just have to role play depending on what we roll.
So, you can all whisper rolls those to me if you would like.
Mhm.
I don't do a whisper.
So I cast it in the roll 20, and so it's a charisma saving throw, and you have to beat 15 or meets it.
Just gonna let you know that my charisma saving throw is 10. So we'll just.
Mm-hmm.
-1 on my charisma save there.
All right. Continue as you may. That's
Okay, great. So I stand back after you shoving the dog between me, and I'll take out, like, I have a dagger at my side. I've also got a shield, and I'll hold my dagger up, kind of pointing it at you guys, and I'll say to all of you, I'll say, "Are you infected? Show me your eyes."
They're here, but these my eyes. What do you need to see about my eyes?
I crawl up, like I kind of dash up
Oh,
to Vector.
hey.
And I'm gonna pull at your face like that so I can see kind of like your tear ducts.
This is very uncomfortable, but sure. All right. What do you
Okay.
do? Is it bad? Do I have it?
give me. If you see no ill
Okay.
effect. You see nothing of note that spikes your interest.
Okay, great. And I say to Vector, I say, "You're clean." And then I go to Hector.
Jeez.
And I'll do the same thing. And
Thanks, Del.
I'll say, "Now, do I have to pull your face down, or can you just show me your tear ducts?"
I will show you them in a dance. It's a 30. That's a nat 20 on perception and performance.
For a total of 33.
You tell us what Mira sees. Tell us what. Yeah.
Like, mirrors up close, so like standing in front of me. I just start doing these, do twirls around mirror, be like, must get my eyes ready for everything. And then I just stop, and then I duck down and come up with full eyes open, blaring, just kind of like, just looking at mirror, just wide-eyed, like I'm on some kind of drug.
I would say that Mira gets probably the best look at an eyeball she's ever gotten in her life with this performance check. But still, nothing out of the ordinary that you see, Mira.
Okay. Well, then I turn to the halfling or the gnome.
No.
Halfling? Gnome.
Gnome.
Okay. The puntable gnome. Pick you up, kick you like a football. Yeah. And I'm holding my knife at you. And I say, "Stay your steed. Allow me to see your face so that I might see if you are infected or not, and save us all the trouble."
Brimble fright will not hurt you. But the
Oh, good. Is all the easier for me to kill then? Show me your eyes.
the mask isn't coming off, sweetheart.
Great. I
No.
lunge at him. I tackle him.
let's do some contested stuff. I'm super down for not showing my face.
All
I'm gonna
right.
try and grapple you so I can preen the mask off of you.
That's fun.
Pry? Not preen.
Let's give it to me. Contested strength checks.
Okay.
Let's.
Oh no, strength is like.
I will.
19.
I will allow a dexterity if you can justify it.
Well, I guess I'm like, he's little, right? Like I just said, puntable. So theoretically, if he's a small gnome,
That doesn't
I could
justify
dexterously
dexterity.
I could body tackle him with my dexterity and roll and knock into him.
That doesn't. That's still strength. But yeah.
I'll
Okay.
roll strength then, Jacob, okay?
You could do a cool parkour move.
All right, I'm rolling strength. I rolled a 4.
Oh, okay, so I imagine that you sort of you dive at Thimblebra and he sort of just casually steps to the side a little bit and sort of like
Okay.
strong arms you out of the way.
Mary, was it? See, the issue is I horribly disfigured face from a fire from when I was a child. So this mask kind of keeps all of this together. So this isn't coming off, but Hector and Vector can talk for me. I'm not infected with
Trust
anything.
me, the things I have seen are going to be far more disfigured than you could ever be. Take your mask off so that I may make sure that you are not infected. It's important. It's imperative to our survival. And if you don't, I'll just kill you anyway.
You have to trust me, Mary. Horrible things. I had to share a room with Vector 2 weeks ago, and sorry, Jack. Just unnecessary.
Can you say that? Okay. Mira asks you. Oh, so firstly, hang on. Firstly, question for Jacob. What color is the floor in this room?
I would say a dark brown. With but there were quite a lot of blood smears and blood patches all over the floor.
Okay.
Now just quick question, Arlo. Thimblebright can see in his mask, so you can see his eyes through the mask, yeah?
Yeah, probably.
Great.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very far away now.
You can ask me a question.
Okay. I'll look to all of you and I'll say, do you have any idea what horrors are becoming in this library of nightmares?
No, we got hired to come and help out with the disturbance. It's funny, I know, it's hilarious. But it's crazy we get hired for a job like this, and we normally do a bunch of dances and a bunch of other kinds of crazy stuff. We come down here and there's a whole bunch of dead people. Do you kill all these people? Was that you?
She turns.
So the truth.
And she's kind of shaking, and she drops to her knees, and she picks up the hand of I guess, I don't know, a Yankee. What?
It's fine.
Okay, an elf. Okay.
No, it was just the picking up of the dead person's hand.
Yeah.
That was all.
Don't
Hand.
touch that.
Hand. Okay, well, she pick up the hand of Fallen Adventurer, and she says to you, I didn't kill them. Those things, the library, whatever's infecting, got them. And she squeezes the hand of her fallen comrade.
Oh, wow.
Well,
Heavy.
we can get you out of here. Get out of the restricted zone. Doesn't seem like a very
I
safe.
can't say that I trust you to do anything, sir. Specifically not you. Your dancing friend and the other one seem to be certainly clear of things, but you, sir, seem like you have something to hide.
He's just got a thing about the mask, it was a burning situation. He's got a couple of sensitive areas and we just try to avoid them. You're hitting up against one of them right now. So no, you're not being a great friend, I'll be honest.
Give me.
I can't even
I
do
think
the
we
great
could be
fire
best
dance.
friends if we continue.
Can I get Vector and Hector to give me perception checks?
10.
Mm-hmm.
That's a 29.
29. Vector, now that you mention it, Thimblebright's eye, you do notice a spot. You notice a spot right next to his eye that you just don't remember seeing before. You've been with Thimblebright for quite some years. You know him pretty well. You've shared rooms with him. That spot's never been there.
Yeah, we've shared rooms. He doesn't like sharing with me for some reason, but it's fine.
But you do notice that, yeah, that's a weird spot. It's like a new mole or something. Right near his tear duct.
Do I see them staring at him?
I think with Jack's 29, I think he can choose whether he reacts to this or not.
I think I'll just maybe park that for a few seconds and then just look over to Mira and just be like, so something with the eyes going on? What's this whole infection lead to? It's pretty chill.
Nothing good is the long and short of it. It's this place. It's this the library. It's protecting itself. The deeper you go, the more vicious it becomes, and there are these things, these crawling, these worms.
Dimplebrat, yes.
I didn't want to interrupt. So why did you come to the library?
To cure it, to stop people from getting infected, to go to the core and to cleanse it and to do whatever. I don't know what it is that must be done, but I was told to go deeper, and then we came into this room, and they're all gone. And I can't have that happen again, and we need to fix this. If you won't join me, I'll go myself.
Oh, just to play Hector's advocate for a second. Do people get infected if they're not in the library?
I don't know.
Because maybe
Possibly.
we could, if the library is trying to defend itself, maybe we leave the library and you don't get sick or infected.
You're a coward. You're a coward, gnome. You may leave, but I will live and die here. I need justice.
At this moment, you notice one of the bookshelves come off the wall, and a few of the books fly out. Gnashing teeth, and a bookshelf that comes out across the scorch marks that you saw on the floor, across the scratch marks. And that's where we'll roll initiative.
And there you go, we're getting into it. We're not going to leave you waiting too long before we get into the combat on this one. But hey, to find out if we can make our way through it, make sure you don't miss the next episode. And with that in mind, we are only 2 weeks away from the launch of Season 5 of Sounds Like Adventure. There's so much happening behind the scenes. We're super excited. Can't wait to tell you more. But hey, with all that in mind, we'll catch you in the next episode of Sounds Like Adventure.